Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Hell yeah.
Welcome, welcome, Derek, to the 87th
8:30ish.
edition of the 830th edition of the Home Theater Hub Live. What's going on, guys? How are we doing today?
Good, good.
Tired,
Today,
tired.
today we have a new guest. Hasn't been on the show yet, Mr. Elsa. How are you, sir?
Doing really good. Nice to join the show. I've been watching your show for a long time, and since already last summer, I've been thinking about it would be nice to join in and talk about stuff in the home theater world. And finally here. It's great to be here.
Well,
Yeah.
no, we definitely appreciate you because you are dedicated to being on the show, sir. So I really appreciate that. Tell everyone where you're from and what time it is where you're at right now.
Well, I'm coming from Finland, and time is 4:30 in the morning right now, so it's pretty early here. But
Mm,
what
You're
what?
more awake than I would ever be at that time.
yeah,
Yeah, what wouldn't you do for this hobby, you know?
Hey man, that's you're true enough.
shit. I don't know, man.
I think Paul. I think we were out till 4:30 listening.
Yeah,
to
yeah. Now
theaters.
I can stay up till then. But no, I can't wake up, man. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I took a
Yeah.
little 6 hour sleep before, so I should be stay away.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think me and Ike were making trips to Ryan's house at I think we got an Uber at like 12 o'clock at night, right? Picked up some chicken fingers on the way.
Yeah. You're like, gosh, who's this Paul guy, and why? How can that little guy drink so much? Like, what? Where is he putting all that? Speaking of that,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully you're drinking coffee just because Esther is awake this early.
What do we got here?
Double black.
Double
bear.
blackberry sour at that. too.
oh
I'd-
yeah,
I'd probably like that one.
yeah, yeah. So cheers, everyone. Heck yeah.
I'd probably like that one for sure.
Yeah, I'm
Cheers.
prepared for that game also because I'm been understanding that you have to have a drink here, so I'm
Yeah.
prepared.
You're drinking alcohol that early in the morning?
That late, maybe, right?
That late in the morning.
Yeah, is it late or early? I don't know.
I don't know if you went to sleep yet, but
It's 5 p.m. somewhere. So.
definitely for sure. No, we really appreciate you joining us today. That's a real we haven't had very many guests from across the pond for sure. So we definitely appreciate that, and or just guests outside of the U.S. So you're opening the door. I know we've had Raphael on a couple times from our Evolution and from France, but no, never anyone from Finland. So thank you, and thank you for listening to the show. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's not at 4:30 in the morning. You probably catch the replay though, right?
I do, and that's something, I would like to, comment and, what's it like, but most of, obviously most of these shows, they all come in the middle of the night. So I listen a lot of these when I drive in the car. So that's good time for, I sit a lot in the car. So it's good time for listening to these shows. And I have listened pretty much every show that comes from home theater, which I, know and find, so it's pretty interesting.
Very nice. Musan says hi from Australia.
Melbourne. Wow.
Wow. Thank you guys for listening. I didn't know we were touching.
It is probably like 4 p.m. in the afternoon in Melbourne.
Yeah, I didn't know we were touching all areas of the world. So thank you guys. Really appreciate the support. So Elsa, tell us a little bit about yourself. What got you into the hobby, and what you got your own merch on there. What's going on with that?
Well, that's that's only for me. I don't sell any merchandise, but at least not yet. But my hobby basically started long time ago. I've been in this hobby for a long time. I remember building my first own speakers when I was like maybe 13, 14, 15 with my dad. And since that, I have had some kind of home theater in my room, starting with 5.1 and old TV. And then I remember when I was maybe 16, 17, I'm so disappointed that I don't have any picture, but I got I loaned projector from my friend, which was the size of the suitcase. It was just, I don't understand how big that was, but that was the first projector that I had in my room, and that was something really cool. And since that, I'm been, dreaming about own room and dreaming about everything in this hobby. And something that I have always said to everybody, that I don't understand anything about music. I don't understand anything about sound or picture or anything. Everything that I know, I basically have learned myself. But I'm not like professional in any kind of. I don't understand, any technical things in music or anything like that. But I have always dreamed about, big music concerts. I enjoy a lot of going any concert. It doesn't really matter if I enjoy the artist or not, but all the concerts and movies and big, music in movies and all that has always, interested me a lot. And since that, it's been part of my life, and it's been great journey all the way to this point.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And there's something to be said about, you can read textbooks and know all the jargon, but, experience always trumps, text. It doesn't matter how much you know about an engine. If you've worked on a particular one for a lot, you can just walk up and you know what it is, regardless of, oh, hold on, let me pull up my diagnostics flow chart that I have, so that you never underestimate experience, because
Yeah.
it's yeah, there's academia and there's things that you can compare that are above and beyond, but whenever you're dealing with just real world experiences, it's just that, it's real. It's like, okay, yeah, sure, that may be better in a lab, but out here in the real world, that there I've never noticed that, or I don't, that doesn't mean anything. There's all kinds of, experience in that exact scenario where you're actually consuming it in a standard normal, house or home is just, it trumps anything you could read in a textbook. It really
Absolutely.
does.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel that you have. I'm just learning of it, so I'm sorry that you're barely seeing any red bars here, but I will definitely go back and watch all your content. Tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel and the name of it and how it came about.
Yeah, it's been hobby of my own for a long time. And when the corona started, pretty much like I think every one of these shows also started when the corona started. But I started to think about that. If I watch a lot of movies, why not to, basically, I've been writing a blog for 6 years in Finnish. And the reason to start it was pretty much just for myself, just to, make notes about movies that I've been watching. And then I started to write the blog, where the red line in the blog is that I write every time when I watch the movie. And right now, about 6 years later, I have like 950 blog posts. So during the 6 years, I've been watching about 900 movies or TV shows, and all that is documented in my blog. And then at some point, I just started to think about, it would be cool to make the YouTube also. But one thing about YouTube, that I don't see any reason to do it in Finnish, because there's not so many people to ever watch it. So it's not reasonable to do it in Finnish. So I always knew that if I do YouTube, it need to be in English. And obviously that's fine for me. I'm being in States, New York, 4 years doing my college, and English is fine for me. I do coaching in English, and that's natural for me. So I started the YouTube like maybe 5, 6 months or so. I think I have like 50 videos there right now, and the basic idea what I do in my YouTube. First of all, I do a weekly show where I always go through what has happened during the week. So if I got some new physical media, I introduce all those every time in the YouTube. And if I go to movie theater, I might talk about that, or if I go some fair or anything. It's not the really news. I don't go that much through if something, new has happened in the business. I can do that also. I was just talking about new software in Apple TV and stuff like that. But I basically go through what has happened during the week. And then other thing what I have done is introduce my home theater piece by piece, and not just showing the technical specs or anything like that. I'm telling the story behind everything. So if you see the first basically the last video there at the left, there I talk about my chairs. So I tell story about how my chairs has evolved last maybe 10 years, and I have built my own chairs, which I think it's crazy. I really love these chairs, and they full DIY, and I explain story
Wow.
behind what I did first and how I end up into these, and trying to tell the story about the little bit history of the my hobby. And that's what I've been doing right now, and there's like 300 followers right now, which I think is pretty good in this time.
No, that's really good, actually.
DIY movie chairs. Wow.
That's the way to do it. What's the chant? Is there a link? Oh, is it?
Yeah, I put a link in the
We
chat.
put the link into the
Yeah.
so guys, if you're in the audience, make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel here. So the channel name, what does the channel name mean?
Leffa Freak, it's movie freak in Finnish, and how that started. When I started to write my blog, I was just looking for basically 3 names for the blog in Finland. That's how everything started. So I just scroll through and see that okay, nobody's writing anything in any website or blog with the Leffa Freak
Yeah. No, that's
story, but I just decided to go with that, and since that's been my name in the business here. And if I go to any store or anywhere here, I introduce myself as a Leffa Freak, and it's movie freak in Finnish. That's basically story behind.
very nice. So I you mentioned that you looks like you built your own speakers too. Endgame LCR DIY sound group.
Yeah, everything here is DIY.
Oh wow.
As I mentioned, even the chairs are DIY. But that's part of my hobby, and that's something that. And one reason why wanted to start doing YouTube is to basically show everybody that okay, I have a Trino, I have a very expensive Sony projector, but basically nothing in this room is new. I don't buy things new. I buy demo equipment. I buy used. I've been upgrading my room over the 20 years, and that's the way I have reached this level. And that's what I want to tell everybody else also, that you can be a PE teacher and get the great room, and just do it yourself and build it piece by piece. And when I was in college, first of all, that's also interesting because I don't know if you, especially if you come overseas and you come to States to play basketball and study in the college. I don't think the first thing for many is to go buy a projector and 5.1 system. What I did when I crossed the sea. But I had a little home theater in my dorm room, and that was something that I really enjoyed in my free time. And so when I was in the college, and I had an old teacher in physical education, Mr. Marcus. Uh, Basically, the first thing what he thought in the lesson was that if you become a physical education teacher, you will never ever have a money. You don't go to the business and think about, okay, you have limited budget, and you can buy whatever you want. So if you want to get something, do it yourself. And that was something that I really picked from the school, that if you want something, you got to do it yourself. And that's pretty much carrying not only in this home theater hobby, but everything else also. If you want a nice speaker, do it yourself. If you want to, I was trying to get, Valencia seating. I understand they're probably the best what you can get in the hobby. I talked to them. I would get a pretty good discount, but shipping them over here would be double the price.
Right.
So you got to do something if you want to get something, and that's been the story from the beginning. It's not just buying the expensive gear or bringing somebody over here and do it things for you. It's doing yourself. I'm being redo this room 3 times right now, and this is basically third version right now, and everything here is DIY. There's pretty much obviously electronics and stuff, it's bought, but everything here from walls to chairs to acoustics and everything is DIY, and that's always been the carrying theme for my home theater, that I do it myself. I enjoy it. I love doing it. It's not just buying things, and that goes to everything. When I got my Trino, first thing I told them that I want to calibrate myself. I want to learn. I want to know how to do it. I don't want anybody to come here and just do it for me, because that's not my hobby. Just to enjoy the movies. My
Right.
hobby is to learn more and do it everything myself. That's my story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. I definitely want to hear more about these chairs, because I've heard of plenty of people DIYing their home theater room and their speakers and their subwoofers, and never heard of anyone doing it their own
Yeah,
chair.
I know, right? It's like,
So
can we get a video?
yes,
Of
well,
you
we
doing
got
that?
one. We got one on his channel right there.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to dive into that. So so you said that you mentioned physical education teacher a lot. So is that what your profession is?
Yeah, that's what I do for my day job, and then I do also a lot of coaching. I'm doing basketball coaching, and then I do physical training for other sports. But yeah, that's my main
Yeah.
main
Yeah,
main.
yeah, yeah. And you
Yeah,
played D1 basketball in New York.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
Who
I
did you
4
play
played.
for?
years.
St. John's?
No, I played at LIU Brooklyn.
Okay.
It's D1, but it's a smaller
Right.
school.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm from Baltimore originally, so I know there's a lot of D1 smaller schools for basketball. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, so I grew up playing basketball myself. I didn't play D1. I was able to play community college, so, but not quite to the level of where you were. So, but yeah, that's fantastic. So that you got a scholarship and came over to
yeah,
the States to play basketball.
yep.
That's awesome. Just having the courage to do that, come to had you ever been to the United States prior to that?
I was once. We had like how would I say, like unofficial national team when I was like 15. I was in Wichita, Kansas, and we played a couple of games, and we stayed in the family. I have a family in Wichita, Kansas, where I stayed about a week and a half, and I've been visiting them once or twice after that, and that was pretty much the time which I decided, yeah, I really want to go to college basketball, and that was my dream, since that I wanted to come over and see that part of the basketball, and live in the States for a while, and it was a big dream that which finally happened 2003 2007. I was in States.
You played what? Small forward, power forward?
Yeah,
Yeah.
both pretty
Well,
much. Yeah.
very good. Very good. Well, congrats on your college career. And were you able? Did you ever do any type of pro?
I did, but I did here in my basically hometown. I'm after the college, I moved to Porvoo, where I still live, and I played here 2 years professionally, and then I played a couple of more years after that, half professional, and then I started coaching after that, and now already been in coaching for maybe 15 years almost.
Very nice. Very nice.
Not that
Well,
young anymore.
yeah. Speaking of not being young, I have a funny story. So we'll talk about our weeks, and I'll tell that funny story.
Oh,
So, Mr. Ike, how was your week, sir? How was your past week?
Oh, it was good. Did not get a chance to watch a movie this week though. So from a home theater front, not the best week, but saving it for the weekend. And I have so much backlog of movies that I really want to catch up on. I don't even know where to start, man.
What about the? I'm going to call you out. What about the backlog of videos that you owe us?
Oh yeah, I actually have one that should be coming out tomorrow.
Nice.
And then probably another one that will just come out on Saturday. I actually have 3 videos ready.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Look forward to hearing.
right?
Look forward to hearing about them. What are the videos? Can you?
It's mostly the Aperion audio and just the room that I'm building for it and all of that. And then I need to finish up our Revolution Player Pro
Okay.
before they release a new one. And I have the mini too, so
Yeah,
will
I
be
remember.
working-
Well, after hours, we were on here, and you discovered that you had the mini the last time.
Don't say that, man. They might be watching, man. Jesus.
I'm just messing around. No, yeah, that's great. I look forward to seeing those videos because I know you've been working hard on them. So,
Yeah.
how about you, Paul? Any movies or anything in the theater? Any theater updates?
I don't have any theater updates. Do I? No, I don't have any theater updates. I did watch the Weird Al Yankovic movie. That's pretty good.
How old is that? That's pretty
It's
old, right?
older. Yeah, dude. I watch movies like you build theaters. You know.
Yeah, I was just curious. I'm like, did
there's a
something
few
new
in
come
the
out that I
hopper that's
didn't
pretty
know?
old.
But you were digging into that Nas pretty deep, right? You got that Back to Nas shirt on here.
Oh, yeah,
you were
man.
digging into the crates
Actually,
for that one.
You know,
Scotty-O.
Scott sent me that. Yep. His it was a test, and it was just a fancy, funny way of testing because his wife is getting into the business, but I guess, and I didn't know this, but different areas in the U.S. where you order and send shirts from, they'll be different manufacturers. Like you'll go to a company and say, "Hey, I want to send this shirt to this person." Boom. They will turn around and just randomly go somewhere.
Oh, okay.
And it won't be the same place. So you don't know if you're sending out a high quality. You know, it's not like, hey, I order from,
right,
Under Armour and you're always getting an Under Armour shirt. It's, I'm ordering from this company. They're going to go somewhere.
We're going to source it from somewhere else.
Yeah, they're going to third party it. And they wanted to know the quality of the shirt. And so he was like, well, this will be funny. So he sent this to me as, two-folded.
You've worn it a couple times.
Yeah.
I've never mentioned
it's funny,
I like it. I like it. It's funny.
Anyways, but I also bought an older movie, which I don't know if you guys know this.
No, I've not seen that one before.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, but it's
still in the wrapper.
Yeah, I literally just bought it, and I haven't seen this
Thunderbolts.
either.
Nice.
I heard this is pretty good too.
Yeah, I did hear that.
I like that pose. I like that pose in the front. So.
Well, yeah.
Well,
This
Paul has his
pose
shirt on still.
or
What are you
this
talking about?
pose?
Paul still has his shirt on. What are you talking about, Ike?
Not that one.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
took almost 10 seconds to click in my head. What is he talking about?
Yeah, he's like, wait,
No.
what? Yeah, wait, no. I don't know what I just agreed to.
Oh man. How about you, Essa? Do you have any chance to watch any movies this past week? I know we don't know, your back history, but anything interesting that you may have partaken in the theater this week?
Well, something last weekend I went to see the Fantastic Four in a movie theater.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm
Cheating.
not.
You're cheating on your theater, man. What does your theater think of that?
Well, I have to go there once in a while too.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not the Marvel fan, but it was pretty good. I enjoyed my time. It was pretty good movie though.
Yeah, I like
I've-
Marvel. I like DC better though. I like the
Yeah.
darker.
Past week I watched Rush. If you know the Formula movie
Oh yeah.
about the Niki Lauda. That was pretty interesting. I've been watching. Well, I went to see movie theaters that F1 movie. I don't know if you're seen that yet. It was excellent movie. I really enjoyed. So I've been watching some Formula movies recently, and what I actually watched from Netflix last week was. It was a really movie. It was like a 1 hour document about the youngest Formula One driver ever that Mercedes just signed, Antonelli or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was pretty interesting too. I don't understand. You're the biggest, biggest team in the business, and you have had a biggest driver in past 10 years, and then you sign 17-year-old driver in the team. That's crazy story, but it was really interesting story, so I can recommend that from Netflix.
It's the
Very
Mercedes way, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it was really interesting story.
so my pictures are out of order here, but we're gonna try to do this here. Let's see. Let's see if I can do this. So, I wasn't able to partake in any movies. I was actually, I think I mentioned last week that I was going to take my son to Disney for his birthday. So we wound up going there Friday morning early. We left about 7:30. We went there. I went to Hollywood Studios the first night, and then watched. We decided to stay at the hotel on Saturday. They had like a water park with like a big. I call it a lazy river, but it was like rapids. I mean, it was super fast. It shot you around. They had water slides there, a huge pool. So we stayed there, and then we actually took in the Cirque du Soleil on Saturday night. It was fantastic. I mean, I was just blown away by the production and everything else. Obviously, it was about art of animation, and it was in downtown Disney. So it was just a fantastic show. So I really enjoyed it. And if you get a chance while you're there, definitely go and check that out. Let's see here. So I'll go ahead and share. Let me go back here. Hold on real quick. Cancel. So we were at like I said, we were at Hollywood Studios, and there was something that has my son has chosen a side.
Oh.
So let me share this with you.
Yeah. Okay.
My son has chosen a side.
Oh, there you go. Yep, I was gonna say that's a moment. That's a big moment.
So he's definitely chosen a side here. He loves Darth Vader. So
Just
Yeah,
the
so-
dark side.
So yeah, I
Like
sent.
father, like son. Just saying. I mean,
So I sent that out, and then speaking of Fantastic Four, this was what was showing on the big AMC theater that is in downtown Disney. So
Wow.
so that was showing there.
Man, their
And
lighting is on point on that.
yeah, man, it was nice. And then they had like this little this setup here. So with like these billboards walking into the theater. So it was pretty cool. We didn't actually see the movie, but I did hear great things about it. So just wanted to share that with you guys. And then while I got this pulled up, I also want to share this. This is a picture that Abe sent me
Nope.
from Mr. Lang's theater. That's the interior that they're working on that theater.
Oh
No
my
way.
gosh. That is going to be an act. Nope. I would have
No.
nightmares. Just going in. Nope.
I
Nope.
would only go in there between 11 a.m. and 12
I
p.m.
wouldn't need. I would.
Anything
You're
after
braver
that is
than
dark.
me.
I'm
Nope.
not going.
That's an actual panel in that theater. I can't wait to
That
see the
is
end
hell
result.
cool, man. That is cool. Yeah, no,
Oh,
I'm nope
hell
all
no.
around on that one. Nope.
I'll be doing the home theater tour from outside the room.
I mean, you can have a decapitated head in there. You can have all kinds of other things. Nope, not that.
That
Not
is
doing
probably
it.
going to be worse than Fred's basement, man. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So since I had that pulled up, I figured I'd go ahead and share that with you
Yeah,
guys.
that is cool design.
It
man.
is cool
really
design. I'm just like, ugh.
Gonna have
So,
a
yeah.
repeat.
So we were talking about movies
Like,
also.
what if she just talks to you one morning, man?
Oh,
well, since we're staying,
No, just move on.
since we're staying on the horror genre, let's talk about this,
What is
Mr.
Nightmare on Elm Street?
Oh,
7
hell
film
no.
4K
What? I didn't even know
Steelbook
that.
edition coming
That is
out,
crazy.
and I had to partake.
Well, hell yeah, you did. That's 3D. Are
I'll
you
buy it, but
kidding?
I'll never watch it.
I had to partake in this. I was able to. I did not get the Steelbook edition, but I was able to lock down the just the 4K version, the new 4K version. The
I
Steelbook edition sold out in like a day. It was
I
gone.
had
course it
more nightmares on that first.
Where did you
Friday
find it?
the 13th.
On
So,
Amazon?
Yeah, it's on
Oh,
Amazon.
it's the
You can
collection. 4K collection.
you can still get the
The 4K is out there.
you can still get the 4K, but not
Now,
the
does it have the
Steelbook edition.
Jason versus Freddy, or which one is that in? Or is
I
it
think that that one comes in the Jason that comes in the Friday the 13th
the
collection.
Friday the 13th one?
There's no way I'm watching horror in 3D, man. That is madness, man.
There's those real 3D classes.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no way I'm watching horror in 3D, man. And literally
yeah.
have them in my face. Ah, heck no.
So that's ramping up. I believe that's going to ship out in September, and then also, I believe I saw something for Chucky.
Can you put that link in the chat? Because I can't find
Now,
the
Chucky's
collection.
just friggin' funny, dude. Now that's
So
that's
there's like I saw something for I couldn't find it right yet, but I thought I saw something for 4K for Chucky coming out also in September. So, but I just wanted, since we were on the horror kick and I showed you guys The Nun, right?
yeah.
So
no, you didn't. I never,
Yeah, you know the one I want to see in 4K is the
never
Omen.
existed.
I want to see the Omen, the original Damien Omen, the Omen. They need to put that one in 4K. I don't think they have it in 4K.
yeah. So, if those of you that didn't know, Nightmare on Elm Street is out. I pre-ordered mine. I think it was like 100 and
Can you put a link? Can you put a link in the
$15.
chat for
Yeah,
the
let me-
Nightmare on Elm
yeah. Let
Street?
me try to do that one. See if
Because I
but just-
can't find it.
Man, we don't get no
See-
friggin' residuals yet.
See this one. This one's out of stock. It's for the actual steel book. Let me try to find the actual the collection. See, it says temporarily out of stock.
Yeah,
Try to
that's
find-
probably why I can't find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Go
fine.
to Blu-ray.com and they'll have the
They have a link. to it.
collection or a link to whatever it is. September 9th, Ballerina. Huh, okay. Yeah. Glad wait.
Yeah, Ballerina's on Kaleidoscape. I've already purchased it and it's got some good demo scenes. I haven't watched the movie yet. I just clicked through it just for the scenes. But yeah, so what is your favorite genre, Elsa? Ursa, sorry.
Well, I used to watch pretty much everything. I don't like horror movies that much, but
Thank
obviously,
you.
obviously they have pretty much the best soundtracks in, every horror movie. So I have to watch them here and there because they simply, Atmos tracks in those are just insane in many cases. But I like to watch a lot of easy action movies. That's one, Mission Impossible type movies and stuff. That's I like the movie, plus it's sounding great. But then also I like a lot of drama movies, and especially true stories. That's really my favorite genre. Learn new things about the world, and learn things that has happened. And what is kind of interesting, that most of the time storyline is best in the real movie, like based
Right.
on real story. The storylines are just, they might be incredible, but they're still better than any written story. So I
Yeah.
really enjoy all of those. And
Did you watch
and
Gran Turismo?
I did, and I marked that pretty much my best movie last year. I enjoyed a lot. It
Yeah,
was
it was.
really,
I just watched that with the family like 2 weeks ago. It was really good. I enjoyed it
yeah.
also.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I liked more than most of people, but I love it. It was sounding great, but I love the story. It was
Yep.
really,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what
that was my
made it.
best movie from last year.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what made that movie for me, because I honestly, I like Ford v Ferrari better, but I literally thought, oh man, really, like a video game movie?
Right.
They're generally so cheesy or horrible, and surprisingly, it was good. It was up there.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't like it as much as Ford versus Ferrari, but it was right up there. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
was like maybe a half a point or a point lower if
Yeah.
you're to scale it. So I was really surprised, because I was like, man, this is gonna be like a 5 or a 6 at best, and it's like, no, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I watched a show.
Enjoyed that.
It was on Netflix a while ago. I don't know if it's still there, but about racing. It was called Cena. You know, the race driver Cena, he was Brazilian. So I watched that. I don't know if it's still on there, but that was a fantastic series, man. It was really, really good.
It was
So,
really good. It was like a long movie, but it was
uh-huh.
like, it was really good. I enjoyed that a lot too. It was really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I watched that a while ago with my wife. My wife is from Brazil, so we really enjoyed that. The other movie I just watched too is that's based on a true story. Let me find it here. September. What is it? September. It was about the
Israeli stuff.
the Israeli athletes that were
Yeah.
held
Something in
captive.
September. Yeah.
Yeah, let me see something here. So I gotta find it now. It's in my head. So
Oh, man.
September 5th is what it is. So really, really good movie if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit older movie, right?
Yeah,
I think it's a remake, right? Of
Yeah, it's a
the
remake.
original.
Came out in 2024.
Oh,
So
okay.
so yeah, it's a really good, based on true story, and it's told from the news crew's point of view. So the news crew that was covering the Olympics, the Olympic Games, actually it was told from their point of view. So it's totally different than all the other movies that I had seen. It was exceptional, actually. I really enjoyed it. So, all right, let's go ahead and say hello to some people in the chat. Thank you guys for joining. Miguel 27's in the chat. Derek, thank you for letting us start like 8:32 instead of 8:30. Appreciate that. Benny back in the house. Appreciate you, Benny. Thank you, sir. Kevin Orr, C Big, Mike Squires back in the house again. Taylor, how you doing, sir? Spoke to you the other night on Michael's Patreon only. So we talked a little bit. Hopefully I'm not traveling and maybe you get time to come down and see the theater. So Musan Croissant's in the house as usual, sitting dead center.
Man, I can't believe they haven't kicked that guy out yet. What the hell?
Mr. Wade back in as usual, wanting us to start back over. Bodie, good to see you, sir. Haven't seen you on the show for a little bit. Also saw you on Michael's Patreon Zoom too. So and then Bodie, he had a question. I know that Paul, you and him were discussing, but we'll put it up here just in case someone else is having this issue. Says, no, I'm jumping in the middle of a discussion, but I hope someone can help me with a problem. I just bought a Zedo. Paul, what were you helping him out with on this?
Long story short, the short version is you got to update the firmware. How it works is some of these players they use the movie database.org or whatever, and in order to connect to that and use an API, you have to have like an authentication type of program type of deal. For a single user, you could do it, but you got to program it, know how to do it, blah, 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 blah. But for somebody like Zedu or a player that's doing that for thousands of devices, they have to like pay for a particular key or whatever for it to work. And then basically they renewed it and you just got to download new firmware.
So it wasn't scrubbing it properly.
It wasn't even contacting it.
Okay.
It wasn't even, if you didn't have offline, you can do offline images to tell it to store all that stuff locally. And that's advisable for any of these devices. So that way, if, the movie database goes away, because you can still manually do all that stuff, but that, that's a long ass time. But if you do it offline, it'll still be there. But if you add a new movie, or if you say, hey, re-scan everything and blow everything out, yeah, you'll lose all your data. But if you reset it, because I had that problem. Like literally the day that it expired, I added a movie and I was like, what the hell? Why isn't this working? I was resetting and then I reset it and then all the posters went away. I was like, oh crap, what the hell? And Rich, Rich,
Rich is the Zedu master.
Yeah, he stays on top of all that. And so he knew about it right then. He was like, oh yeah, that just, you got to go to this firmware. And there's a site that's not legit Zedu site, but they get the stuff well ahead before they vet everything out and all this stuff. And
okay.
Anyways, that you have to go to that site if you found the link, and you have to go to the home theater, like the Zedu home theater app, right? That's what it is. It's basically like a wrapper of what is it using? Not Jellyfin. I forget what the heck it is. It's one of those open source ones, but they do something with it. And it just, they update it, but you have to go into that and find your particular player, because there's different hardware drivers and everything that are associated for each different player depending on the processor and the hardware specs that you have. So you have to make sure you click on the particular firmware that matches your hardware. Otherwise you could have a really difficult time or even go as far as bricking your device. So if you're going to that website, otherwise you got to wait an extra 6 months or
so they vet the whole thing
till they vet it all out. Yeah. And then you can pull it from the actual, main Zedu website and make it auto.
Well, Zappiti actually, before they, I want to say maybe 7, 8 months before they collapsed, they stopped being able to scrub for data.
Mhm.
So, it wound up being the same exact thing. You couldn't, you could just watch the movie from Explorer, but you wouldn't be able to actually,
Yeah.
use the movie poster, and you still can use it as a PD player. It still works perfectly fine.
Mhm.
You just got to go, you just don't get the pretty picture art. You just get the title from the Explorer and you pull it up that way, and everything still works perfectly fine if you don't want to pay for the Arvolution app. So wanted to say hey to Fred, Johnny, and then also Robin here.
Where are you seeing all
Terrence is in the chat too, so
I want to know where you're seeing all these lists of people in here.
You're not on the comments?
Oh, I am. I just don't see everybody. I
You
guess.
gotta scroll down, man.
Oh, you take better notes than I do. I suck at taking. You're like,
Terrence, I'm just scrolling down. So Johnny says Sinners was a great movie. I want to watch this. I have it. I just haven't had time to watch it yet. So I really want to watch this. So Essa, have you seen Sinners yet?
No, but it's in the mail, so I ordered that past week and waiting to get it.
mine's on the way too.
Yeah, hopefully gets here next week.
Very
I
good.
haven't seen it either. I haven't seen it yet. So,
Yeah, I haven't. I've had it on Kaleidoscape for a little while. Speaking of Kaleidoscape, they've dropped quite a few movies the past week that were, let me go to the store here.
did the link that I posted or it work, or did it get removed?
which one? Put it in a private chat and I can paste it.
Ike, your mic is a little hot, brother.
Oh.
Now that's better. 28 Days Later just came out on Kaleidoscape. Lilo and Stitch. So How to Train Your Dragon, Megan 2.0, all those dropped within the last 2 weeks.
Now wait a minute. I'm confused about the Megan movie, right? It's because on the title it's M3GAN.
Yeah,
the original one. So
that's
this
correct.
M3GAN 2.0. Right?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's the same one. I haven't watched either of them. So, but yeah, Kaleidoscape dropped a bunch of movies. They put a bunch of stuff on special too. So, but yeah, man, $9 movies on Kaleidoscape, $14 movies.
Didn't they come out of Drywall in one of their movies?
Yeah, man. They got Drywall 101 and Drywall 102.
Oh,
they need to come up with an angles version for me, because that's the only thing I got left to do. I keep saying that for the past month. Get
we're
those
gonna
angles put in there.
We're gonna end up having before it's done. You're gonna go all the way back to a prequel, like taking everything down and like we're at the prequel. We're at the movie theater creation.
Home theater 4.0.
Yeah.
I just gotta get motivated. It's been a couple busy months for me, really. So
yeah, no, I hear you. That's my problem, is just getting motivated to do it.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna have the weekend off. The wife has to work, and I don't think that I'm gonna have to work my other job on Saturday. So I might have some time to get in there and hang some 2x4s on angles to make my pattern that I'm trying to build. For those of you that don't know what the pattern is, I'll show you real quick. And of course, this is AI generated, so you won't see these speakers, but basically that's the pattern that I'm going to be making in the middle of the wall. But you won't see these middle seams. This whole piece will be a piece of fabric, so you won't see any seams in each one of those individual panels. So yeah, those are the angles that I need to install the 2x4s and then the fabric mate and all that. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not in a hurry with this. And the reason I'm not in a hurry with this is because I don't plan on covering it up with fabric anytime soon. And the reason for that is because I want to actually experiment with, and I was telling this on Michael's not live stream, but his Patreon Zoom meeting. I want to be able to experiment with the placement of the absorption and diffusion panels that I put on there. So I'm going to, put either Velcro them or attach them to the wall some way, and then, take some measurements, move them around, see what the decay time is, and just, slowly figure out what I like. Do I like this here? Do I like that to be a little bit better? Do I put absorption in the back, which most people put diffusion? Do I do the Grimani way and put diffusion in the first reflection on the one side and absorption on the other? So I'm just going to play around with it. So I'm in no hurry to do any of that, to be honest with you. As far as the fabric wall, I'm just excited that I can watch movies, and as Chuck says, Chuck mentioned it last week, I got plenty of base, so I'm happy with that too. So
base makes up for a lot of things.
That's all you need.
It's like, man, the projector sucks, the screen sucks, but dude, did you check out the base, man?
So Rob says he did
but did you check out the base?
So Rob says he did the Grimani way. It's outstanding, perfect. Yeah, so that's honestly, that's probably the way that I'm going to the way that I'm going to start it off. Maybe I do diffusion up top and absorption down the bottom, right underneath of them. I just want to play with it. I want to learn more about it than actually what it's going to do, how it's going to affect the sound, if it's going to open up the front stage and everything else. So I'm in no hurry to cover it up. I'm in a hurry to get the lights up, and start putting some treatments in the room. So yeah, awesome. Good. Thanks for that information, Rob. Appreciate that. Per post, the covering fabric does affect the actual effects of the acoustic treatment. Need to have a way to easily put the fabric in place and remove it. Yeah. No, I agree. And that's why I don't know if I'm just gonna start throwing fabric up too, because I'm doing the fabric mate, and it's not going to be easy to pull that stuff in and out, and it's not, could ruin the fabric. And I think Chris from My Home Theater had to reorder all new fabric after taking his down because it was stretched and all kind of stuff like that. So but
that would be a problem with me doing something like fabrics. The first area that I start off with is going to look really good, and then I start to get tired, and then everything else is just going to suck.
you could just take your time like me, right?
Then it will never get completed.
One panel at a time. All right, let's talk about some news. You guys hear about the new Epson projector?
Mm-hmm.
The new Epson.
So Epson launches the baby brother to the LS12000, or baby sister, whatever you want to call it, to the LS12000 for under $4,000. And it's going to be debuting at Audio Advice Live, which I believe is starting tomorrow.
Today it should be out.
Today or tomorrow, yeah.
So, I think sometimes I don't understand some of these. So, is it better than the LS?
So it's a cheaper version of the LS 12,000, because I think the LS 12,000 is like $6,000, right?
Or you could buy used like 60-50 or 50-50 to get.
Well, the 12,000. Well, the 60-50 is still a ball projector, right?
Yeah.
This is laser.
So this is laser. You also have, I'm not familiar with the specs.
It's
so
2200 lumens.
2200 lumens. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. 2200 lumens. it's still pixel shifter, right? So it's still
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it uses the 3 LCD and pixel shifting. Yep.
So less than the 5050 as far as brightness. Isn't the 5050 2500 lumens?
no, I don't think so.
The 50-50?
Are you sure? No.
Yeah, I
Maybe
don't
not.
think it's quite that bright. I'll look it up real quick. But
Yeah, look it up. Because I'm like, I don't know why. I mean, a bulb you can buy new. Something like this you got to replace after X amount of.
Oh, the 50-50 is 2600,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
2600
It's
lumen.
like,
yeah, so it's 2600 lumens, but it's also so you lose 100 lumens, which you're not going to tell the difference. But it's also a laser, right? So the laser,
yeah, you're not gonna be able to tell the
longevity
difference
and all
in
of
Right,
that.
lumens,
right.
but
so
I'm
the
like,
the 5050 is 37.99 at Best Buy, and you're talking about a projector that was built probably
oh yeah,
10 years, 20 years ago.
Yeah,
Not that long ago, but
it's a while ago, but
Yeah.
you can buy a new bulb, and guess what? It's brand new.
yeah.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the 5050 or the
Came out in
60.
2019, so
I just don't like. Man, I would just go with the 12,000.
I think this will be replacements for those, for the 5050
Yeah,
and 6050.
yeah, I could see
Right. So that I would imagine that's what that's going to be for. And you can buy, Epson has a great refurbished program too, to where
that. And I guess the nice thing about this, which is a plus, right? Like you don't lose like half-life after, like a bulb you got to replace every, 3,000 hours if you want to keep it bright. Where here, yeah, you're going to lose 20%, over the time, but it's going to stay pretty bright,
So does this one have the new tone mapping as the other ones? The
Oh,
newer
see, now
models?
that would be worth it right there.
Yeah,
That
so let
would
me
be
see if
worth
that-
it because then it would be way better if it, if it really did have a better tone mapping. Because that's the only thing about, my 6050 that I wish it had some sort of, tone map, because I can literally get each scene.
Here's another thing.
It
It's
looked
2.1 compared to the 5050 will not be 2.1 or the 6050.
2.1.
HDMI.
Oh, well. Yeah, okay. What?
Let's
Who
see.
needs that? I mean,
some people game with it, right? So I mean,
yeah.
if you're a gamer, that definitely matters.
dude, I mean, it's 2025. You want everything to have HDMI 2.1 in your chain.
Right,
Well,
exactly.
I guess.
Yeah, so gaming 4K up to 120.
Because your TV is gonna have it, your
Yeah.
Processor, AVR, whatever.
Well,
Might
yeah,
as well just keep the chain going.
This might be something different too, because I don't think the 5050 has motorized zoom, focus, and lens shift.
Yeah, it does.
Does the 5050 have that?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, mine has all that.
Well, you have the 6050. You
It's
don't have the
same-
50.
The only difference is mine's black versus white. That's literally the only difference. And the maintenance. That's it. Only difference. There is no other difference. And the maintenance protocol, like I have basically like a commercial maintenance, so I get better treatment on the maintenance line, supposedly, but that's it. There's no difference otherwise. Yeah, no, it's fully motorized. Everything is motorized. All of it's motorized. You can go on. You don't doubt that. The 4040, I don't know if that has full motorized, but I know the 50 does, and I think the 40 does too, but I could be wrong about that.
I really don't know why, if you had under 4K, you would want to buy the 50. I don't know.
So the 5050's contrast ratio is 1 million to 1. This new one is 2.5 million to 1.
There you go. Okay.
And it's probably a much newer processor, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it is. But what's that? That doesn't matter. It's like
Could be a watered down newer processor.
the 120 hertz is the reason of having a new process or the 120 frames, the 2.1. Other than that, everything else that you see, it's not, movies are 24 frames. You don't need, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, the speed limit is 25. Yeah, but I have 4,000 horsepower.
I have a Ferrari.
Yeah. So there's certain things, but yeah, that it has a new processor for the 2.1. So yeah, there's some reasons to upgrade. Okay, so you got the 2.1 and the contrast ratio being greater is nice. Yeah, the higher the contrast, the better,
Right.
regardless of whether it's super bright or super dark capable. The higher the contrast, the better. So that's a legitimate reason right there. So that's cool. So it has to have some sort of better tone mapping, and that's why I would imagine, because with less lumen and Epson is, the company that is a stickler on their lumens. It's like they sue companies for falsifying the lumens,
So the 5050 has 3D support. So let's see, does this one still have 3D support?
Ooh, that's a good question.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So let's see here.
But the contrast ratio would be cool. Because, like me, I don't necessarily need... So
3D capable, no.
Yeah,
That's a no-no for Don, man.
That would be a disqualifier for me.
Yeah.
I'm happy that somebody else loves the 3D too.
Oh yes, I love it. You enjoy 3D movies?
It's really. It's sad that there's no, more movies in 3D, but I love it. I have like maybe 50 movies, and I love it. When I got my Sony 7000ES, I had to get the dongle right away and new classes, and haven't watched many movies because there's not many, but I really love it. It's great.
You
should get with Don. Don will
I have about 130, 140 3D movies.
You need to trade and grade if you can even have one that he doesn't have. Yeah,
he'll trade a drywall with you.
Yeah, one movie. I'll give you one movie for one piece of drywall.
I have plenty of drywall left over. I need to get it out of my garage. Actually, it was bulk pickup this past Wednesday, and I told my wife I'm so tired of looking at the mess of garages. I was just ready to wheel everything out there and let them pick everything up.
Never throw drywall out, man. You pay more for it in the future, man. Trust me.
Well, is what you do is you just put it like literally and something like that, especially if it's good and if you have full pieces, you just friggin' put it on Facebook for like a quarter of the price. And
right.
Someone will pick it up that day.
Oh, yeah.
And then someday you will need it and then go pay full price. Right? At least keep one or two.
Hey, real estate's more valuable than,
your garage real estate.
It's
crickets that leave there, man. Like
crickets. Look, if I didn't have the third garage, that would be my home theater, the 2-car garage for sure. That's the easiest place to build a home theater in. You got the breaker box right there, for the most part. That's the way to go.
There you go. That's awesome.
All right. So that's the Epson projector. What are your guys' thoughts in the chat? No 3D, yeah. No 3D, Derek. So that would be
I like it. I think, like you said, I think I was like, wait, what's the lumens? Like, it's lower lumens than their old bulb one, but the fact that it has a better contrast ratio, that makes it worth it. And you're not going to notice 100, 200 lumens.
Right.
I don't care who you
sure
are.
Won't.
You're just not going to notice that.
Yeah, it's going to equivalent to like a half a foot lampert.
Yeah. Like,
so you're not gonna notice at all. The 4K, the 25 I can't even say it right, 2,500,000 contrast ratio. That's definitely a key factor.
That's okay. So at least there's an upgrade there. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, Yeah, but dude, you can buy a used 50/50 for like $1,000 and buy a $400 bulb. Now the bulbs will probably run out. You know, they're going to stop selling them on purpose,
Yeah.
or you're not going to be able to find, you know, good bulbs. I bought a spare, you know, just for that reason when I just purchased my last one. Cause yeah, they're not cheap. You know, if you get a high quality one, they're like $400, but I
Yeah.
mean, you know, 400 versus 4,000, there's quite a bit of difference, you know.
Have you tried to change the bulb itself, not the whole, you know, piece?
Casing. Yeah.
Yeah, because
I could, but yeah, yeah, you got to,
yeah, I had a Sony 260 ES. That might be just a version in Europe, but I bought just a bulb. It was like $70, and it was just two more screws. That's it.
mm,
And I saved like, you know, 300 with that, just
Yeah.
mm,
changing the bulb.
Because you don't have to buy the housing too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
just the bulb alone. Yep.
yeah, and it was the original bulb, so it was
oh,
original
wow.
from Sony. So it's just 70.
Hmm.
So
70.
not
Dude, that's the
I
thing,
didn't need to
trying
change it. I
to,
just changed it in case because it was so cheap.
yeah, that's the thing though. If you not in the US, they don't generally, we don't have access to like we can if you're lucky and you find a distributor that has the original bulb.
Yeah, we mostly have OEMs.
Yeah, it's yeah, because you're right. Yeah, a bulb is a bulb is a bulb. You know, shoot, I could 3D print a new enclosure. You know, it's like okay, boop.
Yeah, but it's just two screws. You didn't, you know,
Yeah.
that's all you need to do. Open two more screws, and you can change it just like bulb at your home. It's there's nothing. There's one wire. That's it.
The only thing you do have to make sure if you're doing that, you definitely don't want to get any fingerprints or anything
Yeah.
on. Yeah, you got to make
Yeah.
sure. And if you do, you got to make sure you clean it off very well.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah.
oil will make that
Yeah.
burn up
Yeah.
like instantly, you know.
Yeah.
So that's
Yep.
so it depends on it's one of those things, you know, it's like, yeah, you know, it's easy to cut wood, right? But if you
Yeah.
don't know how to use a saw and you cut your finger off, there's a you know, it's like what's you know, oh, I didn't know I couldn't put a fingerprint on a bulb and it blow up. So now you're
Yeah.
out $70. You know what I mean? It's like, oh crap. You learn that lesson, but now you're at $140 and the time, and I gotta wait. So there's a reason for everything. But even the bulbs, you know, even the bulbs in the cases and everything already, you can still touch those. So you
Yeah.
still got to be careful with that. So,
Right. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but you're
They
right.
get those oils on there.
Yep, any oil on a bulb will
Yep.
instantly pop it, or its lifespan will be reduced by 50% at minimum.
Yeah.
Gets hot spots, creates heat.
So, in other news, dun dun dun, another one bites the dust. Dun dun dun, another one bites the dust. Unfortunately, they are doing everything to get rid of physical media. So Rayvon has announced that they are no longer going to be selling Rayvon players. So, along with many other manufacturers, I think JVC announced that. Panasonic, no, not Panasonic. Sony, I believe, has announced it that they're no longer going to be making Rayvon, not Rayvon, but Blu-ray players. So unfortunately, we are slowly seeing the end of players for physical media. So I don't know what your thoughts are. So what are your thoughts on that? Are you a physical media collector, or what's your preference? Do you like to stream?
Well, I do have like 400 4K movies, and I put them everything in the Revolution and all those hard drive systems. But yeah, I like to buy, and I don't believe it's gonna die. I just don't. It's gonna stay. It's probably the thing. What I think right now is that we still have, Disney, we have Apple TV, we have all that, but after one dies for some reason, then game is gonna change. Everybody trusts for streaming services right now, but once you buy a lot of movies, let's say for Apple or whatever, and when one of those streaming services get in trouble, then game is gonna change back to physical media. When it's gonna happen, is it gonna happen? How long is it gonna take? I don't know, but I don't think physical media is dead. I don't. I just don't.
I
It's
Yeah,
agree.
coming
I mean,
back.
I so in the United States, there are very few places that are even carrying physical media anymore. A physical media, right? You can get it from Amazon, you can order it from
Yeah.
Target.com, you can order it from Walmart.com. But I mean, even I mean, Walmart, they used to have a huge section of Blu-ray and DVD, and they'd have the bucket full of DVD, and I'm even seeing less and less and less of that. Best Buy, they've completely wiped out the entire movie section. That's a box store. Well, you were here in the States, so you know about Best Buy. That was a a box store for electronics that they have completely wiped out their entire section. You can still order them online from them also, but you know I, and you talked about this kind of in the green room with the Apple TV kind of trying to push lossless audio. It could be a game changer, right? If they could push lossless audio, which I can tell you that I stream my Netflix through Apple TV, and I I think I mentioned a couple weeks back I was watching SpongeBob with my son, and I had my Lindorf set into the global position to where not on the main position, main listening position, but global. And I was getting effects in the wides. I was getting effects in all the surround sound. The Atmos was fantastic, and I was streaming through the Apple TV on Netflix. So I was more than happy with it. I will say that if I probably sat down with the disc, and listened, compared them, the disc would probably be better. I can't say for sure, but the history has it that the disc is it would be better for that. But I mean, if we can, if Apple TV can get to a point to where we're able to pull through lossless audio, because I don't think the video is far off. I think the audio is where they're compressing most of everything. If they can get the video and audio to be lossless, I think it'll be game over for physical media.
Well, but so all right. So here's what I'll say about the whole subject, right? Books. Why do they exist? You
Uh,
can read
because
you can read anything on, a digital
they
piece of
they exist still, and you want to know why they exist? I'm going through the same exact portion with a business that I have. They exist because the older generation still want them. Once the older generation dies off,
Mm,
then they're not going to want them.
there's but okay, so here's the thing, right? And we see this in media too. And it depends. Like eventually there's gonna be some sort of revolution with all of this, including books, right? Like a book, you get an original book, right? It is what it is. Whether it's racist or whatever in the book, you get a digital copy. Oh, they can just edit that on the fly. They can edit the one that you have downloaded because, oh, hey, we can reach in and boop boop take out. Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't realize that was offensive, so we're gonna edit it, right? The thing is, like Essa, you had mentioned, it gets to a point to where the only reason we're not doing physical is because the people that are super wealthy, making all the money off of all this, they want a subscription rent to watch. So how much would you be interested in? Like, it kind of ruins the collection or the hobby, right? If, oh, hey, every time I want to even watch this or preview or do a movie clip, I got to pay $10. You got to be careful, right? And that's the fine line that they're toting, and they're trying to get as much money as they can, right? But if every time, hey, I want to watch a demo scene, oh, that's $5. Oh, you're watching, five demo clips because you got people coming over. Oh, that's $25. Well, I'm only watching 2 minutes. It doesn't matter, man. It's digital. You hit our server. We got to pay for our servers. We got to pay for the bandwidth. We got to, whatever the case may be. So people will want that's why piracy is coming back. They want to be able to consume. I want to be able to consume my media and my experience at my time and my ease of use. I don't want to have to chase my entertainment, because if I do, fuck it, stop watching fucking movies. Just like, okay, fine, movies is not a thing for me anymore. Maybe I'll just start reading paperback books now and be one, it's like, I don't want to have to chase it. I don't want to have to pay. I don't want to have to ask every time I want to do something, So, but yeah, you're right. It is extremely convenient. It is extremely high quality. And most people nowadays, I don't know. We don't consume TV like we used to. It's not the same market. And that's the reason, right? You got to reach back to why. Before, we had broadcast TV that was a set time, and you had a set slot, a 20-second set slot that someone could pay millions for to reach out to, how many people were watching based on the time that the main show was being watched. And the owner of that broadcast company and the show, if it was popular enough, if not, it got canceled, right? You were selling a 20-second slot for millions upon millions, and nowadays it would be billions, right? That's not a thing anymore. People now are so much more on demand. I'm going to watch it when I want to watch it. I'm going to hit skip commercials, whatever. So it's a different type of consumption. But the minute you make it to where, it costs you 10 cents every time you hit skip commercial. Yeah. Well, maybe you'll get more people to buy a subscription to YouTube. But if they start charging you 10 cents every time you hit skip commercial, guess what?
Well, I can tell you that the only reason I pay for YouTube Premium is because I want to skip the commercials. So that'll tell you right there. I pay. I don't consume any commercials on there on YouTube. Because I pay for the premium.
But they could still, they could go beyond that. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, now people that are paying premium commercials, and plus nowadays, what are they doing? The people are paying the YouTubers like us to put the commercial in their video. So it's not a commercial, it's part of the video. We're admitting that we're sponsored now, and we're making our own fun jest of it. And so we're still getting the word out, which, I can still fast forward. And some of the better YouTubers literally have like chapters that you're like, okay, well, let me skip this, whatever. And that's cool, and I'm not hating on them for that, but that's not making it hard for me to consume that media. I understand everyone's got to make money.
We also got to realize that 99% of the population are watching these movies on their phones and tablets too.
Yep, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're right.
So it's and Derek makes the same point I did. I hate to tell you, Paul, we're old.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. No, you're right about
speak-
that.
Speaking of being old, I didn't tell my story. So I'm driving back from Disney, and I look up and I see it, yeah, like this, with my chin on the wheel. No, and I look up and I see a billboard. It says new 55 plus community. And I said, "Oh shit!" And my wife goes, "What?" I said, "In 3 more years, I can live in this fucking community." I'm like, I'm getting old, man. I'm getting too old. I didn't realize that I can almost be in a 55 plus
Oh
community
man, I'm gonna
already.
be moving to the 20-year-old community when I'm like.
So that was my funny story.
that is kind of funny. You're like, God dang.
But yeah, no, look, I mean, if as much as I don't want to see physical media go away, because I do enjoy collecting stuff, just like I purchased the collector's edition of Nightmare on Elm Street. I already have them.
Mhm.
But I want the 4K. I've already bought the DVD, the Blu-ray versions, but I want the 4K versions. It's something that I enjoyed as a kid growing up. I haven't watched them in such a long time that I'll probably hate them now. It's nothing, not like the newer horror movies. Freddy is just a walkout kind of guy. He's not a jump scare kind of guy like I like, but but yeah, man, I mean, I enjoy physical media just as much as the rest of them.
Yeah.
But the reason I have a Kaleidoscape is for that convenience, right?
No,
And people are saying we're going to download, we're going to be able to download it, the version of our choice, right?
Yep.
So Ariel says we're going to be able to download it rather than disc. Yeah, we're already doing that. We're doing
we're
that.
already
on
doing
Kaleidoscape.
that. But like you said, the minute that we go under, you lose all of it because we want everyone to buy their movies again, and look at all this potential money. And sometimes it's a backroom handshake, right? Like, and I'm just because you said it. Kaleidoscape. We need to just abolish, but we're going to direct all of our, customers over here. You know how much money in movies, and then over here it's like, yeah. And then, we'll sell them our, $500 player. You know what I mean? Anyways, that is going to be insulting to some people. Now, if it's a tough line because you're right. The convenience right now, the average consumer doesn't buy discs. And also, just side note, you can go to Barnes & Nobles and Books A Million. They have a lot of movies on discs still. So
Yeah.
for people that don't know.
And for cheap too.
Yeah. I think there's a couple of things. First, for example, what comes to Apple for lossless audio, we as a home theater enthusiast, we are just one in the billion. They doing their material for people who streaming with the phones and stuff. Kaleidoscape, I understand. Obviously, I'm a little jealous because I can't get it here. It's already in the US. But that underlines my point. How much have you spent buying movies from Kaleidoscape for yourself? You think you own them, but we're living in the world that changes in a second. So what happens if out of the blue, Kaleidoscape tells you, okay, we're bankrupt, it's over, and they shut their servers?
If you have the server, if you're able to download all of your content onto a server, which is expensive, right? Don't get me wrong. The actual Terra servers are expensive. If you're able to consume all of that onto your hard drive, onto your Terra server, you will not lose a thing. You will still be able to
can you play that
years.
in some other player? Like if Kaleidoscape goes down, can you still use that material from your hard drive?
Yes. It does not have to connect to the internet. You can disconnect it from the internet completely.
Is what he's asking is, okay, can now you take that media and put it somewhere else?
I'm sure somebody knows how to do it, but you
will have to. But again, we're not talking about that. Because if that's
Yeah.
the case,
I mean,
I've already got every movie that exists.
Look, in my eyes, you bought Laserdisc, you bought VCR, you bought DVD, you bought 4K, right? What do you do if your player goes down? What do I do if my optical drive goes down? I just had an optical drive finally go down.
Well, that's just it. You replace it. You have the ability to
Right.
replace it. But the difference is, I don't care what you say. If I have every single one of my movies from Kscape on my device,
Mhm.
that's it. As long as those hard drives exist, is as long as I have it. And guess what? Your average hard drive for something like that is 5 years max. When did you buy it? Did you buy it today and Kaleidoscape went bankrupt? So you got 5 years to keep those movies roughly a guarantee. But if you bought it 6 years ago, at any moment, those hard drives are going to die. And guess what? You ain't got shit. You're done. Sorry. I mean, that's
Look,
just the truth. That's
it-
hardware, man.
When it was no different than when studios started leaving different streaming places, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
I mean,
exactly. That's why. Yeah, that's why I have. such a
I
hard time
understand
going
that,
to
but
Netflix.
But
and
with,
stuff.
with Kaleidoscape, if something like that happens, if that studio leaves, you still, if you purchase that movie prior to them leaving, you still have access to that movie. You still can play it, and it does not disappear, and you can
Oh, I
still re-download
agree
it
with
more and more again.
Andrew, yeah. Oh, Apple could destroy.
Yeah, no, they absolutely could.
If someone said, if someone at Kscape pisses off Apple, yeah, they're done. That's all it takes is someone to be like, who? Kscape? Oh no, they don't exist anymore. Click. That's a button for them.
It'll cost them a lot of money, but they can do it.
Yeah.
Oh, so they have so.
Look, I mean, Kaleidoscape isn't from what I know. I haven't heard any finance. They obviously
I'm
they
not
don't report their
with all
financials
that say.
to me.
I'm not saying that there's any issues or they're
Right.
going. There's no problems. There's no fear or anything like that right now. But just technologically, if something happens, the way they have it encrypted, you will have to get a hold of a nerd, to hack your shit to be able to take that off and be able to still use it, because hardware is hardware, just like my NAS, right? I have my NAS. You still need to back it up on external hard drives, because that thing, a lightning strike, boom. But I have other stuff over here unplugged, sitting there. I mean, dude, it's just, digital is tough. Digital is tough. It's different. It's still a physical thing, right? But on hard drives, it's tough. It's easier. I would be okay if in the future we had like still physical, but maybe you do little micro SDs. A movie is a micro SD chip. You don't fucking need a friggin', a gigantic disc. They could have like 1 million movies in one shelf at Walmart, with micro SDs. It's like, oh, what movie you want? Oh yeah, I want that one. Think. And it comes out
So
the
let me
size of your
ask
finger.
you a question. What is the internet in Finland? What's the average internet speed in Finland? Do you know? I mean, do you guys have high speed internet there? That's pretty fast, or?
Yeah, everyone has. It's no big deal. Everybody has access to really really fast internet. Is not the problem.
Like gig speed?
Yeah, you can get enough. Yeah, it's no problem.
Yeah, I wonder in some of the areas where, some countries that may not be able to get that type of speed, will physical media last a lot longer, obviously, right?
Yeah,
Because
it will thrive in.
Yeah.
I mean,
it'll definitely thrive a little bit more in areas that, where people can't get the fastest internet to be able to download. Download.
Yeah,
the
we
actual
still.
movie.
Yeah, we
and
still
not just the internet, but the streaming services. We have to remember they're not necessarily everywhere.
Yeah, we still
Netflix and all of that are not everywhere.
Yeah, we still home country of Nokia. I don't know if you remember the company that ruled the world before Apple killed everybody. But
Nokia, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, wow.
so we are pretty high tech country. You know, even Nokia is not the factor anymore, but they built this country, you know,
Right.
before
Yeah, everybody,
Apple could take it
I
over.
still got my 3310, man.
everybody had a Nokia for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
That was a
networks are
brick.
good here.
that's a key factor. There's more DVDs sold still.
Oh yeah,
to this
still.
day by a lot.
That's because people don't care about the quality. 99, like we talked
Mhm.
about, 99% of the people don't care about the quality.
Mhm.
They're not us.
That's the one
not
thing, and other thing is simply price. And what I don't understand with the 4K movies is that while the prices are pretty high, why you have to, for example, if you buy 4K movie, you have to have that Blu-ray there in it. If I buy 4K movie, I want a 4K, not the Blu-ray. So
right.
why you raise that price for no reason? 4K movies would be, you know, $15. Nobody, you know, want DVD anymore. You buy the player and you get the best media, but the price is so huge.
Mhm.
And that's the issue. That's why it will, you know, it's not going to change until the price goes down.
I have bought some movies that did not include the DVD the Blu-ray version. I have bought some
Oh,
where
I have several recently that I
Yeah.
just,
yeah,
yeah.
but the price didn't go down.
No, no. That's the one thing. Anybody that's making money,
Yeah, and I'm looking at
they're
a three-
never willing to take less.
The bad part about it is I'm looking at a 3D movie that I'm trying to import from Japan, and I don't know if I want to. It's like $100 to drop this, you know, to buy this movie. I think it's Thunderbolts 3D or something like that. But I don't know if I'm willing to pay $100 for it, you know. So
I just want to say, if Chana's still on, I want to say I did drink and have a toast last night for you, even though you just left. But I definitely, congratulations, and he knows what I'm talking about.
cool. Well, congratulations. I don't know what he's talking about, but congratulations anyway. Always like Chana. He's always been a great guest on the show. So Essa, let's talk about your theater that you got behind you, right? So if you wouldn't mind, just tell us what the room dimensions are, and tell us a little bit about the theater that you got going on there.
Yeah, well, the room is quite a small. It's 13 by 20 by 8, and it's good size. I like it. Only thing that I'm a little bit missing is height. I would like to have a higher room, which would obviously give a little bit more, you know, air to breathe for the audio, and also make possible to, you know, I like my in-ceiling Atmos speakers, but I would like to have something else to, you know, tow them in better for the main listening position and stuff like that. That's only what I'm missing really in my room. But other than that, I like it's a good size room. It's, you know, good for 3 seats. I have everything what I need here, and I don't know what do you want? What you want me to
So
go, you know,
when
through piece by piece, or
yeah, well, we'll get to that in a second. So when you say 13 by 20, so is the length of the room? Do you have it set up to where you have a wider width or a wider depth?
And is
wider depth.
is that meters, or are you giving us bananas so we know?
I told you in your measures.
So, okay, so in 13 bananas. Okay, all right.
It's 4 by 6 meters and 2.6 meters high.
Okay, so the depth is the 13 feet.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at the screen from the back wall to the front wall, it's 13 feet, and then
Yeah.
you have the width, which is nice because you get
It's wide.
you can get some.
No. 20 is width.
Yeah.
No. 13 is width, and 20 is the length. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
All right, so 20 usually we go, I think you go depth by width by height normally. So it would be 20 feet deep by 13 feet wide by 8 foot high. Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's very common space here in The golden rule for a theater is 15 by 20. So
Yeah.
that's fantastic. You're just a couple feet shy on
Yeah.
the width wise. So yeah, so not bad at all. So you said that you have so what is the actual layout for you have you mentioned that you have an altitude 32.
Yeah.
So how
Well,
many speakers do you have in there?
well, I basically have 9.1.7, and at the moment is 0.6. So I set it up the Oro 3D
Mhm.
Voice of God. It's not active right now, but I have it. So basically, I have seven Atmos speakers in the room, but 9.1.7, and then I have five full Marty subwoofers.
Wow.
Wow. How
5
many?
Yeah,
full Martys. Those are if you guys don't know, those are like mini refrigerators. Those
They're
things
bigger
are
than
yeah,
mini. They're half large refrigerators.
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
They
Floor
are,
space is like a full size refrigerator.
yeah, they are all 18-inch, and I have five of them here, so they are huge.
Dang.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I have three in front and two in the back, and I have to say that when I started to build this last iteration of the room, I knew I'm going to get the Trinov, and I knew I was going to get the waveforming. So this room is basically built for waveforming. So I knew I was going to get it, and all the subwoofers has been placed for the waveforming. So it's pretty much perfect for the waveforming right now.
Very nice. So you mentioned the fact that you learned about it. So Michael Youthman, he just got a Trinoff in and he's trying to go through it and figure out, hey, is this something that a regular person can do, right? Does it have to be an integrator to come in and actually, set up the waveforming or, a calibrator to come in and do that? So what are your thoughts on that, on the Trinoff? Is this something that your average Joe can come in and do, or is this something that you would recommend a calibrator come out and do?
Yeah, here's the thing. To get Trino set up, you can be just the average Joe, and anybody can do it. I can actually say that it's easier. I had a Arcam 860 before, which was
Hmm.
Dirac, and I can say that Trino is easier to set it up. Basically, because Trino microphone has four microphones in it, so basically all you need to do is put it in the one spot and run it through. That's pretty much it, and you're ready to go. But then the other side is that with the Trinov, you have endless possibilities to tweak it, and I can't do everything. And I know this room is not as good as it could be, and I know that some professional could make it a lot better because there's so much power behind it. But to get working and to get really great room, the difference is huge. And I never get any lessons. Obviously, I was working. I was in the beta group for waveforming, so I got a lot of help from them to set it up, the waveforming and all that.
Okay.
But the average guy, it's really simple. And I have video in my YouTube how I set it up, and it's easy. It really is easy. And if I learn correct, Drino just came out yesterday that they're gonna redo the whole system. It's coming late of the year, and they're gonna I think they're gonna make it easier for use the system and for everybody to set it up. But it's easy. It looks difficult, but it's actually really easy.
Okay. Yeah. So how deep of a dive do you? I'm just looking at your channel here. I did see on here that you had something in here about waveforming on your. So
Yeah, there's full waveforming calibration from start to finish in my channel.
okay, very good. Yeah. So those of you that are just joining, make sure that you go to S's channel and subscribe for him. He's still sitting at 302. You guys aren't doing your job. Let's see. Let me refresh. All right, 306. So we're trying to get you some more subscribers here.
I actually
So
subscribe.
yeah, I subscribed too when I first got
and I
on.
rarely do that because I'm not a. I'm like, all right. You talk about movies and stuff too, right? Like as far as like that you watch.
Superman, new 4K movies, Apple TV. Yeah, he talks about everything on that channel.
Yeah.
I have that basically that weekly episode where I go through everything what has happened in the past week. So if I go to movie theater that week, or
That's
if I
cool.
watch something interesting at home, I go through all that in my
That's awesome.
weekly review, and then I write every movie that I watch. I write that in the blog in Finnish, which actually you can translate pretty easily. There's a good translation in the site, but in the YouTube, I shortly go through what I just watched and what was interesting, and all the new physical media which I buy, I go through in that show every week, and that's the idea behind my YouTube channel.
All right. So you mentioned earlier that for those of you that weren't here earlier, you mentioned that you had a Sony projector. What the 6000?
7,000, yes.
7,000, yes. Okay, so you got the flagship. Well, I wouldn't say the flagship because that's probably the GT.
It was
380, the GT 380 or
Oh,
whatever it is.
yeah.
But yeah. So, but as far as reachable models, you have the largest one there, and then what size screen are you projecting that onto?
144 inch.
So 144
transparent screen.
Wide or diagonal? 144 wide or diagonal?
Diagonal.
It looks like
here's the screen. Yeah, it's a scope screen. Yeah.
Yes, very good. And what type of screen are you using there?
It's XY screens from ordered from China, and this screen is actually new. It's like 3-4 months old, and I was thinking whether to get that one or Seymour or something like that, but for the price that I got this, it's been an excellent choice. It's really inexpensive, and it's great screen. I'm been really enjoyed, and it was a good decision for money that I got to use for it. And I know I know there's a better screens, but for that money, it was really good.
No, I actually considered XY screens for a while. I was able to secure the same deal on the Stewart for about the same price, maybe just a little bit more than I was going to pay for the XY. So I just went ahead and got the Stewart. But I was definitely looking at them. I was on WhatsApp chatting with the sales representative and everything. So it's I was definitely interested in that. I think they make a good quality screen. I think it's definitely a better quality than maybe a silver ticket or something like that. But yeah, no, I was really interested in that. And then as far as speaker wise, did you make the same, because you built all your speakers as we saw on your YouTube channel? Did you build the same speakers for your entire bed layer?
Maybe Isa can give us a tour while we ask the questions, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do that, Isa?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You can give us just a tour. You might probably need a little more light, but
my system is on now, so I can go inside the screen right now, but in front of behind the acoustically transparent screen, I have 3 DIY Soundgroup Elusive 1099 speakers, and those are bigger than my rest of the bed layer speakers, but they are basically timber mats, so they're pretty much the same speaker, but it's in the smaller scale. And by the way, I wanted to put that up. I want you to see. Normally I have these 3 seats here, but if you see here, this is my extra seat.
There you go.
And what's funny about it, I don't know if you realize, but that's inflammable.
Inflatable,
so I can so I can take it off anytime, and it's actually pretty interesting because I can turn it into bed too. So if I have
Very
a guest
nice.
here, I can use it as a bed. So that's my extra seating here right now.
That's something you need to look into, Chuck. Chuck was looking for some seats something to put in front like that too. So see big.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't know if he's gonna want to go down the inflatable route, but dude, I like that. I mean,
yeah,
I need something like that.
Chalk
That's
is just
cool.
gonna be sleeping on there, man.
He's
yeah.
already sleeping. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
it's actually
yeah.
yeah, it's really comfortable actually, and
Oh yeah.
the reason I had it before, I used to have like a normal, couch and stuff in there, but then it blocks the picture from the main seat because my room isn't so, it's not that high.
Right.
So this works great. If I need, extra seats for some reason, this works great. And what is actually really nice is that I can take it off, but just like, let's see, I need to move it here. So I can make this as a bed, just like that. So right now is bed.
Wow.
So
That's cool. That's really cool. So how far away from if you're right there standing at the back of the inflatable couch, how far is that away from your actual screen?
that front, seats are really close. They are just like, what would I say, 3 feet or 12 feet, 5 feet or whatever. It's
Okay.
really, really close. My main seats are like what I would say 9 or 10 feet away from the screen.
Okay. Very good. So you still have quite a bit of room in the back then. So you're almost sitting in the middle of the room, correct?
Yeah. And I have to have, because I have those waveforming subwoofers in the back, so I need a little bit of room in the back of the room as well.
Well, you needed a lot of room for 5 Marty, so yes.
Yeah, they need quite a lot of space. And they ported. I could do, sealed enclosure, and they would need a little bit less room, but I have room, so I decided to go with the full Martys, and they good. And here you can see my surround back speakers, which are HT8 from DIY Sound Group. So they are also DIY, and they are, similar speakers, but in smaller size than what my front channels are. And I have 2 in the back, and then I have side surrounds, which actually are behind these panels here. So let's see if I can show you here. See if I get a little bit. I can go closer, but I can go back. So if I raise this, let's see if I get it here. So I can take this panel off, and then my side surround speakers are here behind the fabric, and they are right there. So here's my
Nice.
side surround, and here's my back surround.
And you just have that panel hanging by like a little French cleat.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you put any absorption or diffusion inside the panel?
Yeah, this is absorption panel around the speaker. So these side surrounds are, surrounded by the fabric or whatever, like insulation stuff. And then I have these panels here, which are, I can't really show you right now. I have pictures of them in the blog and stuff.
No
But
problem.
these are basically like, how I call it, it's like little holes throughout the whole panel. So it's a little bit kind of a diffusion panel up there.
So it's like a combo.
Uh,
Do you have
yeah, yeah,
installation behind it also?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like a combo panel. Okay.
yeah. And then in the front, I also have these absorption panels here, and they're all also DIY.
Okay.
And then
And
I
then
have
what about your Atmos? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
no, good. Here's my Atmos speakers, which I have 4. They are the basically 4 are identical at the back, and they are Hold on, I have to make sure I tell it right. So Atmos speakers are Revel C583. So I have 4 of them in the back. And then I have 2 in front, which are quite maybe even a little bit too front. And as I said, I would like to have, bookshelf or something that I can tow in better in the main listening position. But they are Bauer and Wilkins CCM 7.5 S2s, and they are directional, so I can, they are really bit directed towards the main listening position, so they work pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them. And then here, if you can see, there's a one that I used for Voice of God, so that's right there in the middle, but it's not active right now because I wanted that fifth full Marty subwoofer for that.
Right. So you have 32 channels though, right? So you should be able to fit all that in the
Yeah, but
trim off,
I
right?
have altitude 32, but it's only 16 plus 4 channels.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see.
Yeah, so it's not full 32 channels.
I see.
I can upgrade it if I want, but it's 16 plus 4.
Okay. So
Rich was asking, is the screen curved? Is it a curved screen?
Yeah, it's a little bit, but it's only for basically aesthetic purposes. So I don't picture what I'm shooting in it. It's straight, but it's curved just a little bit. You can
Okay,
probably
yeah.
see here.
good eye,
Yeah,
Rich,
we've
because I
seen
didn't
it.
see that.
Yeah, but it's just aesthetic reasons. It just looks better, and those lighting behind it's looking pretty nice when it's just a little bit curved.
So for the trim off, you so Master Lesson says I'll trade you the black one for the silver one. He likes the silver trim off. Are you able to show us your equipment, your rack?
Yeah. I need to go to other room because everything is in the other room right now. I can actually explain that a little bit.
Okay.
Here, back of the room, you can see the big hole in the wall. So I put in my projector also in the other room, which is the storage room behind my room. And what I was able to reach with that is that ambient noise in my room is basically nothing. So it's totally quiet. There's no humming or any, background ambient noise in the room. And that's why I put everything in the other room. And I think that's the way to do it. It's
So just
just,
to give you guys perspective, that room is 8 foot tall, and those Martys, you probably got about 2 feet there, right? Maybe 2 or 3 feet
yeah,
from top to ceiling. So that'll give you perspective of how big the Marty subwoofers are.
yeah,
The full Martys.
Yeah, they're big.
yeah. They are huge, and there's 5 of them in my room.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
but let me walk you. I need to go to other room, so let me go.
Uh-oh. We lost the internet.
Here is the
He's
Oh, there
coming
he
back.
is.
storage room.
Your video isn't working right now. Oh, there
There
it
we
is.
go.
Starting to come.
Yeah. So here you can see the storage room, and here, let's see. I turn camera right way. So here is, and at the top of the rack is my projector right here.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And let's see, there's some pictures from LIU. So here you can see here's my Arvolution player, Panasonic 820. Then there's my 10 bay NAS and little screen, which is not actually working right now, but there's a little 7-inch LCD screen.
Nice. I like that.
And
Nice.
yep, and there's Trino, which is a silver. I was actually surprised myself too because I didn't know I was going to get. I just knew that I'm gonna get the old demo Trino, but yeah, I figured out it's silver when I got it home, so that's pretty nice right there. I don't know if my connection breaks a little bit.
Your audio is
Yeah,
good. Your video is kind of frozen
Yeah.
on the rack, but that's fine. We can
Yeah.
still see the components. Now we
Yeah.
see. Now you're good.
Yeah. And there's a computer which I use for Matt VR. So also I have DIY Matt VR. I don't have money to buy the real one. So app is free, and then I just built computer. Here is I think my picture is cutting. Behringer, actually 3 Behringer amplifiers running
The
for
iNoops.
subwoofers.
Yep.
Here's my amplifiers for rest of the channels. So there's Marantz 7707, and then there's what's that called? What was the amplifier? It's in the website, but let's see if the tone winner
Tone winner.
amplifier.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's
Very nice.
11 channel tone winner. So
I like how you got the
here's my
projector.
here's my rack, and everything is in the rack. And talking about 4K collection, here is some 4K physical media that I have. Here's a little bit more 4K collection. There's all the movies that are for somebody to watch them. So basically new movies. And here is my steelbook collection right here. So here all the steelbooks that I'm having at the moment, which I started to like recently. I don't know why, but
Yeah, I've always had ordering the steel books. Ordering the steel books, I've had bad luck. But if I go pick them up, that's fine because you can look and see if they're dented and everything else.
Yeah.
Like that. But I've received like 3 or 4 dented steel books, and I stopped ordering them.
Yeah. So
yeah, I like that NAS with the window on that.
Well,
Like
that's
the
completely
LED.
separate. That's an add-on that he manually added. That has nothing to do with the NAS itself.
Yeah.
That's fully custom, which is amazing. The right side of that is an Asus store.
I think the video is frozen.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we can get you back to your room where the internet is good and we can continue to talk. I like how the DVD, the movies, the 4K discs for the European versions have like the ratings and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
See the red and the green stuff.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we lost him.
Yep.
He'll
He'll probably join right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic theater he has there. I like the LEDs that he's got set up and the DIY. I want to ask him about those seats. He needs to come back. So we got to talk about how he built those seats.
DIY, man. Yeah.
How do you DIY?
I know that's what I want to get. That's what I want to find out if there's like a. So Essa, you're back in your room now, right?
Yep.
So yeah. So if you could talk about those chairs that you DIY'd, I have to know, is there like a pre-frame that you started off with, or how did you build them from ground up? Was there a template or something that somebody has out on AVS forum, like how to build your own seats? Give us some insight.
Tell them to watch the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there are the seats, and basically all I had. First of all, this is basically third version that I built. So first, I had when I redo this room, I think 2016, I had 2 beds, basically reclining bed, or how you call it, like motorized bed. And I had two of them, and they served pretty good. Again, the same idea. If I have visitors, they can sleep there, and I can recline them, and they were okay. But then I made the first version of my own seats with those mattresses from those motorized beds. You can see them also in that video. But they were pretty big. They were, I wanted something, a little bit more home theater like. And even though they were unique, I think I, wanted to do something better. So these are made from uh, basically from one picture from Valencia seating. So as you might see, they look pretty much like Valencia seating, and that's all I had. So I didn't have any drawings or basically nothing. I just contact one factory. I think it was in Lithuania, and I just emailed them that, okay, I'm home theater enthusiast. Can you buy me recliners and cup holders? And I think it's the same company which basically makes those Valencia seating, mechanics and motors and all that stuff. Also, the cup holders and all that. I think it might be the same factory. But I just ordered motors and all that, reclining systems and cup holders, and started to build it. That's that's pretty much it. So it's really made from nothing. And I just like to build things, and I saved a ton of money. These are maybe 1/10 of the price of the Valencia seating. So
So is it just made like the frame? Is it just is it just like wood 2x4?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And you built them all. I'm definitely gonna have to watch the video because I think you could probably do 6 hours on just on how to build these. But I
yeah,
mean that's incredible. I mean they look fantastic. Are the headrests motorized also?
yeah. Headrest is motorized. Lumbar support is motorized.
Oh,
There's cup holders that you
how
you
the
can
heck?
turn the light on. So if I press the button, you can get the light on. You can change the light, dim it. If you press it long, you can change the color of it.
So how did you get where did you source the leather and the pattern of the seat? Because that to me is the hardest part. Like a lot of this is a lot of labor and a lot of love and a lot of time. But something like the actual inlay of your leather and the pattern on that is its own beast.
Master Lesson
Ye-
says I have issues making a good cup of coffee.
Yeah, well, it's the
Fair
fabric
enough.
is fabric is somewhere, I don't know, eBay, Amazon, or somewhere. I just order it, and basically, as I say in the video, only thing that I haven't done myself with these seats is this one stitching right here. Well, this fabric is original. I order it this way. I didn't stitch it, but this one piece here, this is only that somebody else did. So I took it to professional who put it, two fabrics together.
Mm,
I
Okay.
told him what I need, and
okay.
he did. But everything like a headrest, I just did it myself. So everything is fully DIY, and I can open it here. So let's see if I get the camera right. So right here, you can see this is all done all by myself. I can take this back panel off, and here you can see all the motors here, and
Wow.
everything
Yeah,
is
that's amazing. Yeah,
everything
so
is
it is
just
all DIY, but that was
yeah,
my question. I was like, my point to the question is a lot of people don't understand. Like, you can DIY a speaker, and people are like, yeah, but I don't want it to look. I want it to look professional. You
Right.
can
yeah,
take you can take a box to a motorcycle shop that paints motorcycles and say, hey,
yeah,
I want this speaker painted in like candy pearl flake red, and they'll do it for like $150 or
yeah,
$200, which will look 10 times better than a $10,000 speaker and be
yeah,
custom and be like a couple $100. It's like, but you have to. That's where your project management skills or sourcing skills come in, right? Like,
Yeah.
because I was like, just sewing that checkered pattern would take you months, but it's like, oh, okay, or you have a really fancy machine that does it, or you go through and like, okay, I'm sourcing all these materials, and then I know, hey, if I go here, have it, I have my design, hey, can you sew this, do this, and yeah, it's still all DIY, but you're not saying, oh, I am a perfect seamstress. No,
Yeah.
you're just,
mean-
you have your design and you're DIYing it, and
Just
you're
to
not
put
making
the
a
me-
speaker driver.
just to put the mechanics together,
Yeah,
or in
exactly.
this thing,
Yeah.
you have to know, how to get your feet to go out, how to do the headrest, how to
Yep.
do all that. And look, you played basketball, so you probably need a large. We talked about you power forward, or small forward. So I'd imagine you're at least 6'8", somewhere around there, right?
Yeah.
So it's almost like you probably had to design your own theater chairs to be able to fit yourself, right? So
That's the one thing. And if you saw in the picture, the middle seat is bigger than the rest of the two
Mm-hmm.
because it's
Yeah.
built for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Can I share my screen somehow?
Yeah, you just have to hit the plus button down at the bottom, and then you'll be able to pull up the window.
Share screen.
You just have to
Okay,
choose whatever
let's
window
see.
you want.
Want some. Let's see.
Yep.
I have to do some setup here.
If you're using Mac, sometimes it'll ask for permission to be able to share the screen.
If you're on a Mac, yeah, you'll have to. Yeah, you can definitely custom some base shakers and near fields, but if you have eight full Martys, I think you're you're already sitting on.
Yeah, Derek says add some 12s into the seats. I'm like, he's 2 feet away from 518 or 318s.
Plus I have butt kickers, of course.
Oh, butt kickers too.
Yep.
They are integrated in the
seats. If you want to
seats.
listen low volume, you have to have the butt shakers,
Yeah.
to keep it.
So speaking of that, did you do any soundproofing to the room while you're trying to, pull up what you were trying to pull up?
Not necessarily, because that's the tricky thing, because as you know, if you have a hole of the needle, it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep,
you get to you get to be perfect if you try to do. This is actually showing right now that I'm sharing something, but I can't see anything.
We can put it on.
No, what I'm saying is the YouTube screen that you're viewing, so you might want to switch it to. So did you share a screen or browser tab?
I share the screen, but it doesn't,
Because I can see what you're sharing, but it's
we can add it to the stage, but right now here,
I just want him to select what he wants.
Yeah, go ahead and add it to a stage so he can see what he's sharing.
Well, here is the file where I have all the pictures about the chairs.
There you go.
Okay, there we
Can
go.
you see that?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so you see this file right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can click on that.
Okay.
You can maximize it and
Yeah. So here is the ballot that I got all the motors and recliners and stuff. There's actually the company, I think it's GFC or something like that. So here's everything how I started to planning everything. So it's just the wood and the pieces. This is pretty much like a first version of it. There's the 3 seats. Then I started to, figure it out how to do the comfortable seating, which is actually really tough job to get really, you can build a chair. That's not the problem. To make it comfortable, that's really a big, problem. And
Yep. Firm yet pliable
Yeah.
is much harder than it sounds.
Yeah.
Right?
And also to make it stay firm, so you can build again the chair, but to be able to sit there after 3-4 years, that's really that's tough. So here's everything, frame
Wow.
pretty much done.
That's amazing.
Here's seats coming up. And this is how I basically did. Well, you saw here, this is the something that I put it in the bottom, so this is really firm, so it doesn't change its form pretty much at all, and that's at the bottom. And then there's a soft layer of basically, how you call it,
Memory foam.
yeah. And then this one is tempur, so it's like a memory foam, so it's a little bit thicker and keeps the form better, and it's like it just makes a little more comfortable to sit it. There's headrests coming up. As you see, the one is bigger than the other ones because it's for me. Then there's backrests, headrests. There's basically a whole seat put together without the fabric at the top. There's fabric coming up on the top.
Man, those are fantastic.
Yeah, that is amazing. I know people talk about building friggin' speakers. It's like, dude, a speaker's a box. I know.
Yeah,
Okay, you might have a box inside of a box.
This might be beyond Chuck level here.
This is
Yeah, this is Chuck would be impressed. I can tell you that right
This
now.
might be
Chuck
this
would
might
be
be
like,
beyond,
oh,
this might be on,
hell
might be
no, I ain't
beyond
doing all that with all the motors. Once you got to the motors and the he's like, no.
This is
Yeah,
actually
he could finish
interesting.
it.
Yeah, this picture is actually interesting because I tried to do the mechanics myself too before I order the online the motors and stuff. So this was basically manual reclining, which I tested before, but it didn't work out as I wanted to. So
Oh wow,
it didn't work out. So here's a riser coming up.
Yep, I told you that. Chuck's like, yeah, that's beyond me.
Here's butt kickers. So there's 2 butt kickers in the riser, so they're not connected to seats, so they are working similar in all 3 seats. And here's the side. There's the buttons that I can control all the recliners and headrests and lumbar support.
And now the motors and stuff, did they already come pre-wired, or did you have to wire them too?
Yeah, they pre-wired all.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's all the wires inside the handrest.
He's got roll-up windows, child locks. He has every button.
He's a fool.
He has all the buttons. That is amazing. There's
some storage space.
Impressive. Yeah.
QI charger is there, but it didn't work that good, so I take it off. It's basically on the top of the chair right now, but it was a phone charger also integrated. Yeah, so here's the pictures of the chairs, and while we're here, I can show you. Here's the project that I did with Elusive 1099. So they are all also everything from soldering to putting together. Obviously, it's like a Lego, so you buy a package and then you
Right.
put together. But
what about the crossovers? Did you buy them already put together, or did you do all
No, I did it myself.
You built all the crossovers too. Nice.
Yeah. Here you can see. soldering stuff. So
I've soldered enough in my days. I would buy pre-soldered was an option. I'm like, no.
yeah.
My eyes are too shot at this point. It's like, no, I'll buy it. Pre-soldered.
Yeah. So
So that's the
here's
front
this is
stage.
yeah, but that's the old front state. I can show you in a minute how it looks right now. Actually, those were all.
That's
Let's see,
the
where's
that's the
my
old, inadequate front stage. I've upgraded since then.
yeah.
Those are only
Hold on.
8 foot tall.
Hold on, I find correct. Oh, here's some old pictures, but those are very old. Let's see where I have the file with the newest pictures. Yeah, so here's basically, this is the last version. So this is the third version of the room right here. Here's the old couch, which was in front of, and old walls, which were basically with the fabric made, all were fabric. They're taken down here. So here's the transformation of the last room. There's full Marty's coming up, all the walls covered.
So you didn't even have a kit; you built it yourself.
Yeah. Marty's are made. I have a friend who sent me the order list for the material, so I just send it to, place to cut all the wood in the
Okay.
right measure. But after that, everything is really handmade.
Wow.
They really are huge. They really are.
Yeah, those things are.
So here's starting to build my front stage. So I have a full baffle wall in front. It's filled with all the material to really make it. There's bass traps on the corner behind the speakers. So that's the baffle wall in front. There's places for Marty's and the center speakers and Marty's. So here's a baffle wall basically closed. So this is how it looks in the front behind the screen right now. This is the material I was talking about, the diffusion panels at the side. So it's like basically, I don't know how they call it, but it's like a acoustic panel, but then it's covered with the fabric. So so here's a front stage. Little mess, but have to do what you have to do.
Man. So start to finish for the seats. How long would you say that it took you to do the seats?
I think it took like maybe 2-3 months, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I think yeah,
And that was
something like
trial and
that.
error on different items and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, there was also that, and also some things brought a little bit more things that I had to buy and give it up, and they didn't. If I tell you the price, they as in the form that they are right now, they would be something like less than 1,500. But obviously, I needed a little bit more money for trial and error stuff and
Right.
stuff like that. But it's something like 1,500 total at the end
For all 3 seats, so like 500
Yeah.
a seat.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Which most seats nowadays, I think Valencia has gone for what, 2,000 a seat, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, very nice.
That's pretty wild.
And then, like you said, you custom made them, because even their extra large seat, I don't know. They do have an extra large seat, but I don't know that it would have still been large enough. I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, you'd had to super custom make it.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the problem is a little bit same as buying shoes online. You can order shoes and hope that they fit in your feet, but if they don't, at least you can send them back. But how are you going to send back Valencia 3 seating if they're not comfortable or good? You should be able to test them before you buy them. So it's not that simple that you just
Right.
order something overseas, and again the shipping would be double the price. So even if I would get the seats in the good price, you still have to add shipping and taxes and all that. So
Mhm.
it would be really, really expensive.
Right. Yeah. So Master Lessons says nothing made in China. Made in your room.
Yeah, built Finland, made in Finland.
Yeah, it's made in room, and for example seats, I can't take them out. I have to tear them down to take it out. So
Yeah.
they're built in the room. They're not coming out.
They're
Nobody
staying-
can steal them.
They're staying with the house when you sell it, right?
yeah. They're not coming. They're not coming out.
And somebody did ask earlier, is this a basement that you're in here?
Where the room, like location of your room, is it on the first floor, second floor, or is it?
And then one is normal window.
Sorry,
So there's two windows behind
yeah,
your internet cut out there for a second. So is this a like a lower floor, like a basement that you're in right now?
Yeah, our house is like 1.5, level. So it's
Okay.
like a basement. It's not fully under the, ground or something like that. There's 3 windows in the room, 2 of them which are covered, and one is the normal window. But yeah, it's a
like
kind of
split
basement.
like a split level, right?
Yeah.
A reverse 1.5. We
Mhm.
call that
Yep.
reverse 1.5 here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice. Let's
That's
see.
cool.
Any questions, guys, for Essa before we wrap up? Let's see.
Yeah.
Make sure we got all the questions here.
We've just seen Don's theater get delayed another 8 months because he's going to custom build. He's
I'm not. I can tell you what. I'm not custom building any seats.
There was a question
He's
quickly.
It's like, oh,
There was a question from
that's my next
Rob.
thing.
About the ZDoo Pro 10 8K player. No, you don't need to get 8K player.
I've got the Z9 original and the latest highest end.
Yeah.
Unless the only reason you need a higher end is for the if you want like hard drive bays and stuff like that.
Yeah, because this one doesn't have that.
Yeah, like
it's HDMI 2.0, but yeah, I wouldn't.
And the hard drives are more capacity.
Upgrade something else before you.
Yeah. Now,
So
if you want like the XLR connections and stuff like that, and there's some stuff, that's pretty cool. But yeah, as far as like, is it going to look better? No, don't. If that's what you're thinking, no, don't even. Now, the higher ends are more capable of doing the other software, like your Google Play Store and being able to download some of the apps and stuff like that. So if that's what you're into, but if you're just talking to player, dude, their first gen is I still use that, and I've got their highest end right there. I got their $1,600 one. Right,
so Johnny, I use the Revolution. That's all I use now. As a matter of fact, I have 3 that I'm actively using in 3 different rooms because you can network them, and I have 2 in that I'm reviewing, the Player Pro 8K or the 8K Player Pro, the latest one, and the Mini. And I have a Dune and my ZDoo sitting in the box, not even open.
Mhm.
So
I
mine right now, I have all my drives on individual drives, and I'm waiting to. I still haven't pulled the trigger on buying the NAS and stuff yet, so I don't know what I'm waiting for. I don't know. I just haven't bought it yet. But so no, my Revolution is in the rack. I planned on, I can hook up one drive at a time and use it. The main thing that I'm going to be using the Revolution for is like the 120, 130 3D movies that I have. So I'll be using it for that, and then collections that I have. Um, I'll be honest with you, my Kscape, I only buy new movies on it. I don't buy anything old that I already have.
Yeah,
You
you're
know,
not collecting on it. You're trying to watch
yeah,
the latest.
correct.
You're
Yeah,
watching Ballerina right now.
I have, yeah, I have demo material, for people when they come over. I have I have some kid movies for my son, because eventually once I get everything set up, I just want with Control 4, I just want them to be able to hit the watch Kaleidoscape, and then all the movies pop up, and boom, that's it, right? To make it as easy for them as possible. But yeah, so I do plan on using the Revolution. That's my secondary. Yeah, speaking of Revolution, there you go.
Ike, did you update the latest software for our Revolution 8K yet?
I actually just did yesterday, but I haven't watched the movie on it yet.
Okay. I actually did it, and it seems to work a lot better right now. But what I want to point out is that, Don, you just talk about the Revolution, which I think everybody really praises the uh, ability to do those demo clips.
Mm-hmm.
But Revolution has the same option basically right now. It's not working perfectly, at least didn't work perfectly in the previous version, but it actually is starting to work right now, and
Mm-hmm.
this is actually really nice. Here's all my 4K collection. So here's all my movies. And let's say if I want to pick some movie, let's say that I take Bohemian Rhapsody here, and I open the page and I press down, and here's all automatically. Okay, for some reason it doesn't show any see, no, actually it does. So community scenes means that somebody has already decided some of the top clips. So I can go straight from here and start playing the, demo clip. I can make my own, but basically movies that I have in my collection, somebody has already made the clips,
Right.
and I can share it here. So basically just click it and I have a demo clip here. And I think this is really cool. This is really, really cool. And, somewhat, saying what Kaleidoscape is doing, but I really love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah,
If you wouldn't mind
if they
just
can
taking that down so we don't get a copyright.
yeah, if they can make it to work more seamlessly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That will be
Yeah, no. So look, I went over to Bill's house, and he had it working flawlessly. So I mean,
Yeah.
it worked perfect.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, no. Yes. Oops. Sorry, I removed him.
yeah, Richard, the
Add him
Zidu
back.
can just do demo clips.
Yeah.
But
And
I've not had any reason to go back to my Zidu. It's just sitting there, man.
Yeah.
Except they
And
want to send me the 8K player for review, and then I'll be fine. But
yeah. Other
Yeah.
thing that I have to point out from our Revolution is that even though, for example, me, I can watch every movie in English. That's not the problem. But I can order basically 4K movies anywhere in the world because they're not copy protected like Blu-rays are.
Right.
So I can buy any movie from the States, and then the subtitle thing is working pretty good for our Revolution. So I can get subtitles for any movie anywhere in the world, and there's always subtitles for it.
And
So
I will say, I will let you know that is one negative that I have for the Kaleidoscape. So
Yeah.
my mother-in-law, she basically lives with us. She has her own house and stuff, but she basically lives with us, and she mainly speaks Portuguese. I mean, she can understand English, she can talk English, but we always either put some kind of Spanish subtitle, or if they have it, a Portuguese subtitle, and I could do that on the playing it through the DVD or not the DVD, but the Blu-ray, or through Kaleidoscape. There was a lot more because I ripped 1-to-1. So
Yeah.
whatever's on the actual Blu-ray, I can also put up for the language and the subtitles. So
Yeah.
that is one flaw that I see that is with the Kaleidoscape. There, I mean, sometimes I have to put on just English, like English descriptive for people that are kind of hard of hearing, just for her to be able to watch movies and stuff like that. So that is definitely a negative on the Kaleidoscape. You know, that there's not enough languages
Yeah.
for subtitles on those particular on the movies. So
Yeah.
Man, that's you have quite the massive, amazing DIY setup all around.
yes, absolutely.
So your
Absolutely.
back bar that's back there, is that like it? Can you walk behind that, or uh, behind where you're at?
Oh, you want to see the?
So Wade, just so you know, his Altitude 32 actually is only using 16 channels right now. So he's only he would need to upgrade it to go to. I think you can go to 22, and then you can also go to 32, or 24
Yeah,
and 30, 24 and 32.
Yeah, and Trino offers that free 4 channels. It's called +4.
Right.
So I can have 20 channels. And it doesn't matter. I can have 20 subwoofers or any channel. So in Trino, you can use whatever you want. Here's my little bar, and of course the popcorn machine.
Yeah. See, yeah, and you know me, you gotta show off the drinking area, and then
I don't even drink, but I have to have a bar.
yeah, hey, that's hats off. You know, you don't have to. You know, a lot of people drink coffee and tea. You know, again,
Yep.
that's you don't have to
Yeah.
drink beer, but yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I like that. I like that. That is sweet. So that's a cool little setup. So that's like a wall that you have built in there. It's you can't like walk behind that. It's like your shelf behind your room. That
Yeah.
and then you have like cupboards. Like it's a built-in, basically. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
And something again, I want to point out to everybody that this room is not something that, you know, I'm trying to tell somebody, okay, I'm a millionaire, just, you know, build me the room, or, you know, I can buy whatever I want because I have so much money. It's not case about that. This room has been built over the years with basically no money. Like it's just, you know, upgrade from one to other one and sell the old one and buy the demo, you know, stuff and build
The
yourself.
journey.
And
There's
even though I
a
have,
journey. There's a full
yeah,
journey in that
yeah,
room.
yeah,
Not a
Well,
yeah.
I have an idea for you. You can start manufacturing seats.
yeah.
No, you did a really. I mean, you did a fantastic job all over in that theater. It looks fantastic. I mean, you know, just the pictures of the front baffle wall and everything else, just down to the DIY of the seats, and you're using fabric on the sidewalls too, right? Did you do fabric mate tracks for that, or did you just wrap like a panel?
Well, I used to have full fabric walls, but right now, because I felt that I need a little bit more a live sound, how you call it, like I was little, you know, over dumping my room. So
Okay,
basically, between the these panels, it's just gyprock, whatever how you call it,
drywall.
drywall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then in front here, I have a little, you know, piece where I have a fabric because it's a black velvet to, you know, cut all the bleed from the screen.
Reflection.
But
Yep.
otherwise the wall is basically drywall and then the panels at the
Okay.
moment, and I like that quite a much.
Yep.
And
Yep.
something actually which is pretty cool too. Let's see if I get that working. Actually, right now I have lights off in the room because I turned the projector on. Let's see if I get my lights back on. But this is actually pretty nice because as you can see my lights here right now, but there's a lot of things I can do. I can change the color of them.
Yep. That's cool.
I can make them move somehow. I don't say I use these, but they're nice to be there.
Right.
So
Yeah,
there's
it's
a lot
nice
of
whenever someone's coming over and you just want them
yeah.
like, hey, before the movie, and you have that turned on. That's a wow factor that
Yep.
Yeah.
really that impresses people more than, you know, oh, I got a black room with a big screen. You know, as
Yeah.
impressive as that may be, you know, and we
Yeah.
all like that.
Until they sit
But-
down and
Yeah.
those 5 Martys hit them.
Yeah. I
But
don't
they'll
know
be
if
very
okay,
comfortable
they're
in custom chairs.
yeah, there's just a regular color. So basically I can change it, you know, the color from those, you know, mixed colors are okay, but you know, I can do it green or white or red, and you know, pretty much change everything I want. So it's pretty nice. I think now it's changing the color, so I can make green, red, blue. So change the color of the walls if I want. That's
Very
it's pretty
nice.
nice little detail.
So leave it red when you get your Friday the 13th still box set.
Yeah,
Or
Exactly.
Freddy Krueger. I guess it's Freddy Krueger. That's the new one.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Man,
Make a disco.
That's cool. Yeah.
so what type of we didn't ask you what type of remote system are you using?
Well, I'm using Harmony Elite because it's simply still the best. That's you know, it still works perfectly. I'm waiting to change it to something else. Right now, I'm interestingly looking for that Unfolded Circle 3. There's
Right.
some
Yeah.
reviews coming out. I've been trying to get one remote from them for the test, but they haven't sent it yet. And again, Ava Cinema Remote would be nice, but I want something that I can, you know, set it up myself and fix it myself. And I don't want. I know I could get Control 4 or Creston or whatever here, and they would be great, but I don't want anything that I can, you know, fix myself.
Right.
So it has to be, you know, user friendly that I can, you know, do changes myself. That's the main criteria.
Yep.
Very good. What's up, Abe? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you joining us a little late. I don't know if you were on earlier but just didn't comment, but I did show the panel. Everybody was frightened by the nun panel that you guys put in the interior of that theater over there. So yeah, thanks for joining us. So look, we definitely appreciate you joining us today. I know you had to wake up super early for this, and you know
I'm getting tired just thinking about her. I'm like, God damn, I need to go to bed right now.
the dedication that you have to this hobby obviously shows throughout your entire theater, and it started with you getting up at 4 a.m. for our show. So we really appreciate that. You know, you have the link. If you feel like getting up at 4 a.m. and any other time, you're more than welcome to join us.
Yeah.
And just talk shop with us. We definitely appreciate you. So, but we'll go ahead and do all the normal outro credits here. So if you'd like to be a guest with us, please send us an email at hometheaterhublive@gmail.com. Please don't forget to do all that fun stuff, like, share, and subscribe to all of the channels, including S's channels that we had up earlier. So go ahead over there. I'm definitely going to be going over to your channel and check out all your content. It's something new for me to take in. So I can't wait to dive into the chairs and the wave forming and all that you got set up there. I definitely want to check those out. So once again, really appreciate you. Just hang on for a minute. We're going to go ahead and end the show. And thank you everyone in the chat for joining us this evening. We'll see you next week.
Yep, later. I expect an outro video next week, Don.
Yeah, we need an outro video.
How about
your
this
dance.
outro video?
Do your dance. Dude.